Hello, my beautifuls, lovelies, wonderfuls, amazings, beloved. I am Maggie, and thank you for joining me at 8 I Am Maggie. What we are doing at this wonderful channel is we are doing a slow crawl through this book, Excuses Be Gone, by Dr. Wayne Dyer. We love you. And why are we doing this? Because this book is about how to change lifelong self-defeating thinking habits, which all of us have at least one or two that could go. And we are in part 2, chapter 7 now, because we finished chapter 6 last time. We're in chapter 7 now, and we're burning through this book, guys. It's wonderful. And if you even pick up one tool, it could change your life or the lives of those around you. So, now, now's the time to hit that like button, hit subscribe. We want to reach a larger audience, and leave your positive comments. I would love to hear how this book is helping you. I'd also love to hear what you're up to for Halloween. All right, so here we go. Part 2, chapter 7. This chapter is called The Fourth Principle, Contemplation. So contemplation is the highest form of activity. Aristotle. Ooh, wow, okay. Every discovery of something new involves the crucial concept of contemplation. Think about airplanes weighing hundreds of tons flying around I think about this, flying around the world in relatively short periods of time. And we're in them. Like, even when I look at like ships like the Mercy, it's a naval ship that can have 1,000 patients. A lot of hospitals can only house 200 to 300 patients. I mean, that thing can hold 1,000 patients, and you think it's floating around. It has CAT scans and MRIs and OR suites, and it's floating in the water. Like, what? But anyway, okay. A century ago or so, they didn't exist. But then the mechanics of flight were discovered. By generating a high rate of speed and designing wings that force the air to push forward, lo and behold, heavier than air objects were staying aloof. Miracle. Wow. And when the Wright brothers arrived at Kitty Hawk, they hadn't been focused on how things stayed on the ground. Rather, they had been contemplating the elevation of things moving in the air. There is actually this fantastic ride at Disneyland that showcases like the history of pilots and flying. And oh, we just love our pilots, don't we? We just love our stewardesses, the angels of the sky. We love our, like, the air industry. We just are thankful for them. We are thankful for the flight nurses and the flight doctors. I mean, there's so much that goes up in the air. We just send our gratitude to you right now. Thank you for every person that books flights, for the baggage handlers, guys. Wow. Just and the TSA. Oh, the TSA. I have a very special sister who works for TSA, and she's amazing. I thank you all for what you do. So, okay, with gratitude. So anyway, when the Wright brothers arrived at Kitty Hawk, they hadn't been focusing on how things stayed on the ground. Rather, they'd been contemplating the elevation of things moving in the air. So because they and others like them were willing to seriously think about something that didn't yet exist, air travel was brought into our reality system. Woo-hoo! Yes, contemplation is the mental activity behind all inventions, indeed behind all creation. Consequently, I urge you to become fully conscious of how you choose to use your mind as you study this fourth excuses be gone principle and its relationship to action. It's important that you understand that you can create the life you desire by concentrating on what you wish to attract. And once you master the ideas surrounding this concept, you won't want to use your mind for the purpose of excuse making. That's right. And instead, you'll prefer to use it to really consider what you want to manifest in your life and then visualize it as coming true. So as we keep saying, thank you, Josiah Brandt. Imagine wisely, my loves. So if you kind of are catching your mind slipping off the things that you don't want, stop yourself in that moment and imagine wisely. Just reimagine the situation and hold it. The principle of contemplation is also what motivates human progress in cultural, political, and social contexts. And I would also like to say that as the world is upgrading, we're becoming more and more aware of things you cannot push under the carpet, of injustices and people overlooked for their contributions for these inventions. So here we go. For example, the idea of slavery being a horrible stain on the spiritual nature of humankind was realized by one person first and then another until the practice was fully abolished. However, we know that we have still work to do around this. So the idea of women having the same right to vote as men was also conceived in a few minds before becoming a reality. So women, all of us who can vote, we need to vote, and just continue to take your place on the world stage and in your communities, because you are women, you are needed, and men, you are needed. We are all each other's complements, and everybody, wherever you are in the spectrum, you are needed. So these notions were contemplated first, and their destiny fits this sentiment from Victor Hugo. There is nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come. Oof, getting chills. I don't know, it makes me think of Martin Luther King, because he just, there's nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come. Martin Luther King really did a lot to help spark the minds of everyone to start thinking of our country in a different light. And he did it with his heart. And he led through the most beautiful examples. So, okay. So, on that note, I just want to thank you for joining me. Hit that like button and subscribe, and leave your positive comments as we are moving through this book. If you pick up even one tool, it could change your life. But in changing your life, we change the lives of everyone. So we are creating the new earth. We are coming from our heart centered, and we are giving our best gifts. I want to thank you so much for supporting me and joining me. I really, really appreciate you. I can't say enough how I appreciate your support on my channel, and just all your well wishes and your favor and just your positive energy. And so, with that note, you know what's next. So my whole thinking is that, and feeling, is that a lot of the turmoil that's out in the world is because within us we are not at peace. And this is not a judgment. This is something I'm striving for in my life. But why I say peace in, peace out, is because if we can just heal ourselves and we can come to peace with ourselves and what is inside, we can begin to look at what needs to go, or what we need to forgive in ourselves, or what needs to dissolve. That peace within ourselves, it will be experienced as peace out in the world. And this world, it needs peace within us and peace out. So I love you all, and I thank you for joining me. And on that note, peace in, peace